Welcome to Together Real Bad.
Hello, we are back.
Back for episode 9 of our podcast.
It seems like we've been doing this for forever, though. It doesn't seem like it's episode 9 at all.
I mean, we've been doing this since May, but first and foremost, I'm Ace.
That's Kenzie.
Yeah, right.
And I am Beautifull.
And welcome to Together Real Bad. You might as well just pick it up. That's our dog, Kenzie.
Come on.
Who gets extremely, extremely jealous when we shoot our podcast and don't pay attention to her. So say hi to Kenzie, everyone. There you go. She needs a haircut.
She does.
But
needs to be brushed a little bit.
That's Kenzie. So what's going on, girl? What's new? What's happening? What ain't happening? What it is? What it's gonna be? What it ain't?
What's new? Man, honestly, I mean, we're getting ready to move.
We are getting ready to move, and you've been slightly stressed out.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
I mean, moving in general is stressful enough, but when you have so much to get done, and I mean, everything is happening in kind of like a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So much runs through your mind, right? I got to get contractors in here, I have to get cleaners in here, I have to schedule like junk removal, schedule moving people services, and just having to do all that stuff along with thinking about work and thinking about football and thinking about my future career, aspirations and goals and stuff like that. It's just been super overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so much so, like, it's like been keeping me up at night because sometimes I'm thinking about the next move, or I got TikTok dances in my head, like, that I can't get rid of. Like, so it's just been a lot that's been going on that I've been trying to, I guess, kind of, get a hold of.
Yeah, I think you stress.
Organize a little bit.
I understand your stress, but I think you're stressing for no reason. It's all is gonna be well.
Yeah, you helped me out a lot about like just pushing me to schedule things, and so it's out of the way, and you only have to worry about it once the date comes.
Yeah.
So that was really helpful. So I really appreciate you for that.
Sure, that's what I'm here for. Preparation is key to diffusing anxiety. And for me, a lot of times if I like write stuff down and I can see it, then I can conquer it. Like I can just check it off. So it's not so bad.
I wouldn't even know where to write it down, so it's always in my face.
In your calendar, in your notes, on your screen, like your save screen, like you used to have your bartending recipes on your screen. They were always in your face.
True. I guess. I think I was thinking like more so old school.
No.
Like actually write it down. Yeah, pen and paper, write it down and like put it on the refrigerator.
You can if you want to. I mean, that's one way, but I mean, for someone who's always in their phone, I mean, it's substantially easier to just put it on your lock screen. And then as you go, just check it off. Or you can do reminders. They've got this whole little reminder thing on your phone that you can use. That's another way. Thanks, Kenzie, for all that noise you're making. We appreciate that.
And thanks for the reminder about the reminders. Yeah. I do know about the reminders, just that I haven't used it. So.
Okay, no problem. What else is going on? We started flag football back up.
For the fall season? Is that what it's called?
Fall. Yeah, it's for fall, for sure. And
yeah.
How's your team doing? How's that going for you? Different team.
Yeah, different team. Yeah. Still trying to find my home. But this is my second season with this team. I played with this team in the past, but it was in indoor, I believe, which is normally in the wintertime. And I'm liking it so far. I do like my teammates, which is another reason why I decided to come back. They had a couple roster changes, but it was for the better for them, what the culture that they were looking to, achieve.
Right.
And so the additions that we brought on, I'm happy with.
Okay.
Our record is 3-1.
Okay.
So that's good.
That is good.
That's really good.
Sure.
The goal every year is to win a ship, right?
Period.
So So being 3-1 right now, and half the season is gone now,
You're
right?
good. Yeah.
Then we should be good for playoffs. Hopefully.
Okay. And on the flip side of that, it's not looking too good for the team I'm on.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're struggling a little bit. We had some roster changes as well, brought some new people on, have some like different personnel. Everybody's cool. Like I like the team, so I just think it'll take a little while to mesh. And then I picked up a co-ed fives team.
Oh yeah.
So
forgot about fives.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. We had practice last Monday, and I feel like we were looking pretty decent.
Oh,
so
you feel like you were looking?
I mean, you were there. What do you? What, really? Dang, is it that bad?
It ain't. It's not what you said, but it's not terrible. But it's not what you said. I mean, I feel like you guys had some people who haven't played a whole lot of football on your team, and so it was like the first time, like kind of getting some things, you know. That's what practice is for.
I mean, you're right. I just like, dang, that was harsh, bro. Like, man, what the heck? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But I told you this that night. I said, but that wasn't even your whole entire team. Not even a third of your team was there. So that's why. So I only saw what I saw, and what I saw.
But for what we had, though, come on. I mean, come on. It was decent.
Y'all had decent pieces. As a whole,
we don't know anything about that yet. So I'm just talking about what I saw on Monday.
I'm talking about what I saw on Monday. As a whole, with that group there, wasn't it?
Oh, Lord. Hey, you.
And I apologize about that.
You brutal, bro. Brutal. Oh, brutal.
So I forgot about 5. So I joined the college playground. So I'm on the same playground team.
Okay.
We had some additions brought on, and some people weren't able to come back this season. But we'll see what it's looking like. When we actually showed up for games, we were winning, and so I kind of have high hopes. I saw what we brought on, so I'm excited about it. And then I also joined a co-ed 5 team, which I'm really super excited about because that's what I've been wanting to play.
I didn't know that, really.
Yeah. Okay. Remember we were in Florida last year for nationals, and I was like, yeah, this look fun. I want to do this.
Oh, so now, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So now I'm finally having a chance to play, and I'm hoping, because this team plays down at nationals too.
Okay.
So I'm hoping, fingers crossed. Exact team? I believe I don't think these exact people.
Okay.
But I know this team's name, and I guess the leaders or the captains do go down to nationals as a team. So I would love, if it works out, I would love to travel with this co-ed 5s team. I feel like we have a real chance. We have some superstars. Not
famous
myself
last
included.
Words. Yourself included?
Not myself included. I am not the superstar. I am a role player. Okay.
Know your role and shut
your mouth. What you know about that? I mean,
bruh,
I don't even know. Okay, wait. Let me just. I'm not trying to disrespect you. This goes back to my upbringing. Remember how I was talking about in past episodes, my mom used to just say random stuff?
Yes.
Just out of the blue. It could be from a movie. It could be from a stand-up. Anything, right?
Now she hit you with The Rock.
That's what that's from?
She watched WWF?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that she got that from Ariel. Because Ariel used to watch it, and she used to say that or whatever, or maybe they saw a video or something, and it was like, know your role and shut your mouth. And then
she said that.
And then there would be a kid voice too, like, know your role and shut your mouth. Like he was trying to teach the kid. Dang, Boots. All right.
Get out, brother.
Come on, man.
That is Boots, the cat.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I think it was like, it must have been a video or something where he was saying that to a kid, trying to teach them that saying, know your role and shut your mouth. Know your role and shut your mouth.
I don't know about that high-pitched stuff.
I mean, maybe it wasn't that high. I have a high voice, so I don't know. But just imagine a kid's voice, okay? And my mom and Aria would say that. So that's where I heard that from.
That is, I think it's The Rock that used to say that on WWF back in the day before he was as big as he is. It was one of his things. Know your role and shut your mouth. Something like that. So
okay.
Now you know.
Now I know. I'm gonna have to look it up because I had no idea. I just was like, what is this again?
Like
what?
Yes, exactly.
No, you're rolling. Shut your mouth.
So Bob Barker passed.
Oh,
a little sad. Cause I mean, like that was for me like a childhood staple. Like if I was off or like had a half day or something like that, I'm putting on The Price is Right. I don't know about you. Probably not you.
Probably not me, but I can say I remember like just seeing The Price is Right on TV. Yeah. And that would be, I was like really young going to my grandmother's house, and we would be over there before they would drop us off to preschool or kindergarten or what have you. And that would be on. I'll be watching it, eating my malto meal and.
Malto meal? What the hell? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Malto meal, cream of wheat.
Yes.
That's the team. That's the divide. Okay. But yeah, I remember seeing him on TV. I wouldn't watch it by choice, but I remember,
Yeah, Bob Barker was cool, man. I mean, I feel like he's been on or was on TV for
as long as you was alive.
41 years at least.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Pat Sajak and Vanna White. They've been on TV for forever too.
Who are they?
Bruh, Wheel of Fortune?
Oh okay. Yep. I don't know names.
How can you not? It's Wheel of Fortune.
I'm
Pat
31.
Sajak and Vanna White. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They were on when you were a kid. Your grandma didn't watch Wheel of Fortune?
It probably came on the same channel. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
2 different times a day, possibly the same channel, yes.
Look.
Ooh, help a Lord.
Why do I have to know that?
Because I just feel like you should. Like, if your mom didn't watch Wheel of Fortune,
my mom is not turning on Wheel of Fortune.
Probably watch Wheel of Fortune.
That's what I'm saying. I probably saw that, but I just didn't know their names. The same way I watch movies and not remember the actors' names, actors and actresses.
But you know the character. You be knowing the character name, though.
Barely.
So, nah, you be telling me like such and such did such and such. I'm like, who is that? And
well, maybe because these days I be trying to pay more attention to like that kind of stuff. Because I'll be like, how am I watching this show and I still don't know these characters' names? Like Schitt's Creek. I don't know that. I know Moira.
That's it.
Yes.
That's probably because you was making a joke, or you just needed to know her name for a joke.
Moira. Because what kind of name is Moira? Why not Myra? Or
there's another character. I feel like a Disney character that's named Moira or something.
Anyway, Moira was so funny. She had like several different wigs for whatever personality she felt.
She had a wig. That's why you liked her.
No, her wigs weren't good. They weren't good. I just thought that they were funny.
But the fact that she had a wig kind of
her style was just super unique, and I was like, this lady is hilarious. And then the guy on the show, I can't think of his name, but I'm looking at his face right now. He's like one of my favorite actors, I guess, in like shows like that, comedy series. He's funny.
Okay.
He's super gay.
In real life or just on the show?
On the show for sure. In real life, 90% sure. He plays gay real well.
Oh, well, if he's playing gay real well like that, then
come here.
Once again, Kenzie. She's fine.
She's tearing up the phone.
Anyway, moving along. Hamilton is coming back to Chicago.
Whoop whoop!
Excited about that because we will be in the building to see Hamilton.
We will for sure. Good, because I already told my sisters and my cousins that I really want to go, and I know one of my cousins for sure loves Hamilton.
Okay, well, we're gonna need to purchase tickets,
yes,
and hopefully they're not sold out because that is what Hamilton tickets do. They sell out.
I hope they don't get sold out because I really, really want to see it. It'll be my first time.
It'll be my 4th time.
Kenny,
leave her alone. Just leave her alone. We have to clean up later. We on live YouTube.
Hi YouTube.
Nobody's watching at the moment, and that's fine. But we still on live YouTube. So that's coming up in the next 2 weeks, I think. So we got to check out the tickets. And last but not least, shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yes.
World champion, right?
I think that's what it is. She did her thing. And What I like about her now is like you can tell her mindset is
Totally
different.
different.
She learned from the mistake that she made, even though in my opinion it wasn't a huge mistake.
I don't think it was either, but
and people made a huge deal out of it.
I just don't think she knew any better.
Yeah.
Depending on where she is, it probably was legal, and nobody probably said, "Hey, you can't smoke that," because if you drop and you test for it, you're in trouble. So I mean, yeah, but you can't tell her mindset is totally different. I feel like her look is different too. Like has evolved.
Her look is every different. Every different. What is that? It's different every single time. She looked different every single time, in my opinion. Her face looks the same, but it's a different wig, different hairstyle. I love it.
Yeah, I like it too. I like her. I'm excited to see her in the Olympics, I think, next year.
Yeah.
I think the Summer Olympics are next year. So
one of the things that I really liked about something that she said recently is something about like the world hating her then, and she's like, I've seen the world turn on me. Like cheer me on and turn on me.
Yes, I saw that same quote.
And she said if they can do it once, they'll do it again. Right. So really she's focusing on her focus is definitely different.
Yep.
Yeah. I love the fact remember when like she finished the last race that she did, and she walked past every single white reporter and only talked to the black ones.
I kind of like that too.
I like that.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. And she was polite about it. She was like, "No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you." I mean, I like it. Give your people the leg up. No shade to white people, Caucasians, none of that. But it's just one of those things that I liked it. I was with it, and I was here for it.
Yes, I agree.
Sure,
same.
Here for it. So our topic for today: cheater, pumpkin eater. We're just gonna talk about cheating. Like our experiences with it. Have we cheated? Oh, what's that about?
I don't know. I was just dramatic effect. I don't
know. So I guess the biggest question is, have you cheated before?
Yes.
And I think we discussed that in past podcasts, but let's get into it.
Here we go.
Why? Why did you cheat?
Well, I wouldn't even consider myself a cheater before this. I always the one at the time, one man type of woman.
Okay.
One man woman.
One man type of woman. Yes. Yep.
Okay. And I assumed, because I was very naive, that everybody was like that. I didn't know anything about cheating. I think that cheating entered my world when I had this childhood sweetheart. We were together for a long time, like longer than you would think like a child's relationship should be.
Okay.
We got together in 8th grade. We broke up my sophomore year of high school, and it was because he cheated on me. And so after he cheated on me, and the way that I found out, my entire outlook on relationships kind of changed. Like, dang, like I was heartbroken, like super, super heartbroken.
Man.
And so moving forward, like I always knew that was a possibility in relationships. Now, did I still have trust in these people who I was dating that they wouldn't do that to me? Yes. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. I try not to let past things interfere with how the current thing is going. And so that's how I moved. The next time I got cheated on was with someone who I was like really in love with, and obviously it broke my heart. And so then I cheated. We got back together.
Okay.
We got back together, and then I cheated on him, like, because it was almost like a get back type of thing. Now, I wasn't a tit for tat person, still not. But if you felt like it was okay to cheat, then we must have an open type of relationship. So I'm going to do the same. Even though that was never discussed, I was very, very immature. And we were immature in our relationship to even talk about that, or in our communication to even talk about that kind of stuff.
Right. So,
yeah, at the time I cheated because he cheated, and I kind of like wanted to get back at him.
That's really interesting. Like, okay, so when you decided to get back with him, did you come in with the mindset like, I'm gonna get this back?
No.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay.
I did not come in with that type of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I was all in again, but then, somebody came around, and it was somebody that I was already familiar with in a relationship type of way.
Okay.
It was with a female, actually. And we started talking again. We didn't see each other often because she played overseas.
Mm-hmm.
So it was more so like, just communicating, here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And one time she came back to Chicago, and, I was out with her or whatever. We were hanging out for the weekend, and she asked me to be her girlfriend. And I said yes. I didn't know what to say. So I said yes. It was a surprise.
Okay. And you were still with the guy?
Yes.
Okay. And when was this? In college?
A little bit after college.
Okay.
And so I said yeah. Me and the guy weren't officially back on. Okay. So that's why I wouldn't say it was like cheating for real. But, I was still in love with the guy. So in my head, we were kind of in a relationship, because if somebody asked him, was he in a relationship, he better say yeah.
And you were able to say no?
I mean, I'm just saying, I would have, if somebody were to ask him if we were in a relationship and he said no, my feelings would be hurt. Like, okay. Why are we not? Right. That's what I'm saying. So like, yes, we were in a relationship, but we were not in a relationship.
Got it.
But yeah, I said yes because it was a surprise. I didn't know what to say. Yes, I still love the girl because we had grown this friendship over the past couple years, and we were rekindling something, and it was what it was.
I'm surprised you said yeah just because of the fact that she was overseas.
She came back.
Oh, I thought she was just back for a little while. She came back.
Oh, no. She was just back for a little while.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You knew she was going back, right?
I did, but I had already gone to wherever she was once already.
Okay.
So it was nothing. It was nothing. But I mean, to go again wouldn't have been a hard yes.
Okay.
I mean, a hard no, or no, it wouldn't have been a hard yes.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, yeah.
Interesting.
Considering I'm a quality time, physical touch type of person.
Yeah. That's why
why you asked.
Really? Okay. I haven't. It's a little sticky for me. Like, I haven't like cheated like per se, but I was probably in situations that were kind of like could be seen as cheating.
Really?
Yeah, but I think back then I had a different mindset around cheating. I think my mindset around cheating was like, if you ain't having sex, you ain't cheating. But
okay,
that's totally different now because sex is sex, and being in a relationship encompasses like feelings, encompasses like spending quality time, encompasses cuddling, and like all these different things say relationship. So, yeah, there was a little touch and go. But I think at the time, the situation I was in, it was like coming up on the end, I feel like. And we had gone to therapy, and we had talked 20 million different things and scenarios and ways. And she actually asked me once if I wanted an open relationship, and I was like, nah. But then towards the end, I was like, hey, you said you wanted an open relationship, so okay, let's have an open relationship. And so that's where it gets a little murky, a little muddy.
Tell me more. This is my first time hearing this.
Yeah. So it was before my last relationship. And we just had problems like in the bedroom, like coming to agreements on things. We just weren't meshing anymore.
In the bedroom, coming to, what do you mean?
Those are separate things. So problems in the bedroom, and then like coming to agreements on different things. And I just felt like we were growing in different directions. She was kind of more of a like a heavy attention person, and I'm not really a heavy attention person. So when we would go out, it was like attention, attention, attention. She wanted that to be on her, and meanwhile, I'm just like chilling, right? And it just made me feel uncomfortable. Our bedroom issues, like it was like pulling teeth, and it was me, it wasn't her. It was like pulling teeth, trying to have sex, and I was disinterested. And I think, we've had these conversations where like sex with me is connected up here, and if I have trouble up here in my head, then it's just not, I'm just out of it, and so that's, I think, pushed me and caused me to kind of be in more of a open relationship. I don't know why she thinks she should get up on live YouTube, but let me show you what she had to say from Kenzie. This. Her lotion bottle that's not even full.
That's not the point. She shouldn't be chewing on that.
She shouldn't.
Sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry about it, girl.
Stressing me out.
That's Kenzie for you. But yeah, we just grew apart. We grew in different directions, and I feel like that open relationship request was like the last step before the end kind of thing. And so that's how I ended up in my last relationship, basically.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I do remember parts of this story.
Yeah.
So you had started an emotional connection, I'm guessing, with your recent ex.
Yeah.
While you were in a relationship with the other ex.
Yeah, because I was like, no, we're not having sex. Like that was in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm not cheating. I'm not having sex. But that obviously, as I've grown older, I know better, right? So it was more of a deep like and like want to hang out with, and I don't know, maybe it was more refuge from the situation I was in, and trying to get out, because it was like her, and then she had 2 kids, and one of the kids was not doing the best, right? Not really going to school. It was kind of hard to control them, and so it was like an out for me. And so yeah, that's kind of how, that's why I say it's real murky. Like it's, for me, it's murky. It might be clear cut for you or clear cut for anybody else, but because of what I thought or believed back then, it's very murky for me. If it was like actual cheating, or if it was like, I don't know, because I asked for the open relationship, it was okay. I don't know.
So what was her response to this? Like, okay, you started having this emotional connection. Once you was like, okay, I'm done. What was that like?
When I ended the relationship with her, again, being not as mature, we pretty much ended it over text, and it was just kind of like, it was just like, I don't even remember what the disagreement was, because this was probably like 10 years ago. But it was just like, all right, well, if we can't come to a decision, I think we need to unintertwine our lives. I don't know what the vernacular I use, but it was something like that. Like, we need to separate our lives. I think is what I said. So I honestly don't remember her response. I mean, I'm sure she wasn't happy about it. I mean, I wasn't happy about it, because if I was at this other person's house, like, until 11 or 12 or whatever, sometimes I would go back home.
I was just going to ask, how did you manage this?
I mean, I would go back home, like, and be there. And the only thing I really remember is one night I just was laying with her, and we were basically broken up, and I was just bawling, because I don't think I necessarily wanted to break up, but again, I am a relationship type person. Like when I'm in a relationship, I am in a relationship. I'm like super, super loyal. And so to break up is just, it's hard.
Yeah. That's why I questioned, like, how did you manage this? Because I know how you are with me. We're inseparable.
Right. So you understand, like,
how was it that you were able to be at somebody's house at 11 o'clock at night? Like, that ain't even like, that ain't flying over this way, shorty. You're not even gonna have a chance.
I think it was the schedule that she was on. I think she worked until 11 or 12 at night. And so that's why I was able to be there. And then some days I just wouldn't come home, especially after we were like, hey,
and y'all live together.
Especially if we were like, yeah, open relationship, I just wouldn't go back. But
did you guys need any explanation in that? Like, if you guys were in an open relationship, like, were you honest in that? Like, hey, I'm going over Shorty house. I probably won't be back home tonight.
Probably not. We probably
Wow.
didn't have conversation. It was probably more like, two ships passing in the night. Like I was there because I was obligated to be there to a certain extent because I had to pay bills or whatever. But I feel like I gave enough notice, I guess. And the hardest part was just like, separating our lives. And then she had kids. Like I was kind of helping raise the kids. So
that's probably why you don't want no kids now. I ruined it for me. Thank you.
I don't want kids because of my age, but that's a whole different can of worms.
That I'm sure that's probably part of it.
That I helped raise some kids before.
Raised kids with 2 different women.
No, the other person, her kids were grown, so that wasn't.
Well, she was a child herself, so
I don't have a comment on that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
stalker bitch.
Whoa.
Hey.
Easy.
Why are you saying easy?
Because I'm not like, once it's done, and I don't wish any ill will, or I try not to speak negatively. I just
But I stated a fact.
I understand that. I don't want no drama.
Don't take up for her right now.
I'm not taking up for nobody. I'm just being the neutral party in the situation and saying like, hey,
just be on my side.
I am always on your side, but in this situation, I'm just like, nah, I don't want to say anything negative. I will say things negative, things that are facts. Like, okay, if it's a negative fact, and I know you just said, yes, this is a fact, but I don't want to call no names. I don't want to do all that. I just keep it even keeled and be very politically correct, I guess is the correct term for it.
Well, I ain't gotta be that way.
You don't, but okay.
But I am. I'm gonna respect your wishes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So what was the aftermath of your experience with cheating? Both ways, like you being a cheater and then you being cheated on.
Well, me being cheated on, like my very first heartbreak, or when I was cheated on the second time with the girl, when I was with the girl.
I'm gonna go with because the first one was high school.
Yeah.
Not to take away from your high school experience, but let's go with the one later on in life because different mindset.
True. Oh. Okay. So when I was cheated on, what is happening?
Sorry about that, kids. Go ahead. I'm
listening.
I keep going?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can keep going. There might be some. I'm gonna fix it up. We're having some technical difficulties. Don't worry about it.
We weren't at first.
I know. I pressed something. Don't give me a hard time. Okay.
No, I'm not giving you a hard time. I'm just saying, like, when did that happen?
No, we're good. We're good. Go
okay.
Ahead.
So when I was cheated on, he ended up actually having a baby on me.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Now,
wait. How did you find out about this?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
So I was on my way home, and I was already getting on him like, hey, we haven't spent time together. Like, can we go do something? Like, can we go to Dave and Buster's? Like, it's down the street from your crib. Like, can we do something?
Okay.
And so I was tired of asking about that. But I was on my way home, and I had just pulled up in front of my house, and he like asked me a question. He was like, how would you feel if I got somebody pregnant? And I was like,
you should have known
what?
Right then and there.
Right? I should have. When he first said that, I was just like, what? And then he was like, he repeated himself. And I said, if you did that, that would be the last straw for me. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah. I was like, what? He was like, I don't like that answer. And I was like, what you mean you don't like that answer? If it's a hypothetical situation,
why does it matter?
Why does it matter?
Yeah,
correct.
Right.
And I was like, did you get somebody pregnant? And he was silent. I was like, so you did. And I instantly said every single cuss word in the book. I called him all type of names,
I'm sure it was all types of bitches.
All of them.
Yes. Okay.
All of them. And I just cried. And I cried because literally probably weeks before I was pregnant.
And hey, wait, I don't think I knew. I mean, I knew that, but I don't think I knew the timing.
Yes.
Wow.
We were pregnant at the same time. There was some overlap.
That's wild.
And at first he was with it. Like, he was like, whatever you want to do. But I'm thinking he was pretty sure that I was going to be like, no, let's not, you know, because I'm still young. I was 25.
Wow. There's Boots again. All right.
I was 25 at the time. So I'm sure he was like, yeah, she ain't going to want to go through with it. She's still young. But no, that was the age that I wanted to start my family.
At 25?
I said that since sixth grade.
25,
yes.
Bro, 25?
25. Because I wanted 6 kids. I needed time.
6 kids? Come on.
That's since changed, but that was where I was at that point. No. I'm sorry. It was 4. It was 4 at that point.
Oh, wow.
And
come on, Boots. All right, there we go.
It was 4 at that point.
Okay.
And so that was the age that I wanted to start. And then he turned around and changed his mind and was like, man, maybe we shouldn't. It's not the right time, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, well, you know what? You are right. We weren't in a good place in our relationship. Even though we had been together at that point, like 1.5 years, almost 2 years. And I was like, okay, fine, you know. And I ended up aborting. Aww. And I was kind of sad about it at the time because, you know, I was like, man, to have a little me walking around right now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm about to cry.
No, I'm not about to cry. No, I'm not about to cry.
It's okay if you feel like crying, though.
I know.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
But yes. So that's what happened, and that's the reason why I was so hurt.
Yeah. Because
I had just gotten rid of mine, and the way that he even met this girl was at the gym. He was going to the gym to, like, late night, like an LA Fitness. And that's where they met.
Where is there a 24-hour LA Fitness?
I didn't say it was a 24-hour. I said late.
So like 11 o'clock.
Right before it would close. Like, that's when he would leave. He would go like maybe like around 8 or 9 o'clock, 7, 8, 9. I don't know shit. We didn't live together. I was still at my mom's house. He lived out in the suburbs as well, but not my suburb.
Okay.
And so they met at the LA Fitness, and he probably, the way he is, he's flashy and stuff like that, and he does have, you know, coins, and I'm sure she liked that and what he could offer her.
So she kept her child.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, that's the messed up part.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's the messed up part. So that's why I was super hurt, because so she knew this about him, and so he offered all type of money to, like, hey, like, you know, we can't do this.
Yeah.
I'll pay for it and give you some money on top of it, and she still wouldn't take it. So essentially she trapped him. So she got to keep hers. Well, I didn't get to keep mine.
So looking back on that, do you have any regrets for aborting Kenzie?
I'm not sure. I know that.
Come here, Kenzie. Go ahead.
I know that if I were to have the child at that time, he would have been a great father. I can't say that. He's good with his kids. I wouldn't have to worry about whether he would be able to provide or anything of that nature, because he could do that for sure. It would more so be timing, because, like, I never wanted to be a baby mama. That was never a thing for me. Okay. I wanted to have a mommy, daddy, baby,
right,
in the same household,
like be married and
all the things.
Okay. So
that dynamic is probably what makes me not regret it. But to this day, I'm not that I'm super bitter about it, because me and him are like, we cool to this day.
Yeah.
But I had to unfollow him and his sisters on Instagram because they would be posting the girl, the baby, and I was just like, damn, like that would have been my baby.
Oh no.
So but so that was that situation, that aftermath of that episode. Now no. Yes, okay. So moving forward to when I kind of cheated on him.
Kind of. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay, I got you.
So he found out because he actually went through my phone and saw pictures and videos that I was sending to the girl.
Okay.
Obviously, we're like, a long distance fling. So, of course, we were sending pictures and videos and stuff like that.
Right.
And so I think he was more so hurt that it was a girl. Like, what you want with a girl type of thing.
One second. Let's sit on that for a second. Because you know how I do. Ego on the male is, in my opinion, very, very fragile. Like they put up, and this is not everybody. When I speak, I'm not speaking all encompassing. I'm just speaking from experience. They put up this like huge front and wall, like I'm this big bad guy. And in reality, people like guys to me that do that have this huge front for an ego, like shatter so quickly over things. But that was my 2 cents. Please continue.
Yeah, well, he was heartbroken from that.
I'm sure.
But it's not like he didn't know that I liked girls too. Like I was always very honest about that. But at the time I saw myself with him. So I guess that's what he always felt like, oh, I probably changed her or whatever like that.
Note to guys out there, you cannot change that. Continue.
No. Here we are.
Yeah, here we are, right.
So he looked through my phone and saw that kind of stuff, and he questioned me about it. So he asked me, he called me. I was still at his house. He had left for work. Kissed me goodbye and everything. He at work. He calls me, and he's like, asking me questions. And in the first series of questions that he asked me, he was like, so what's your definition of cheating? So he asked me my definition of cheating, and I gave him my answer. And I think that's when he brought up my phone. I was like, so you went through my phone?
Oh, that's a whole nother issue. Wow. Okay.
Right. So then like I think we resolved it by like, so you're gonna stop talking to her type of thing. So, and I was like, I mean okay.
But no.
And then on her end, I really hurt her because she thought that I was all in with her, which I wanted to be.
I know, but I don't okay, well, maybe you didn't have this discussion with her about like your love languages, but I don't know. Okay, and that would be why. I don't know how she could think that if she knew where your love languages were, and this was.
I didn't even know what my love languages were at that time.
Yeah.
Maybe more so I didn't acknowledge them.
Okay.
I knew I liked certain things, but taking a love language test was not a thing.
Right.
And so I just didn't acknowledge it. I didn't, make sure that people were able to cater to those. That's probably why those relationships never really worked.
Because you didn't have that
understanding,
and they didn't understand what you needed because
right.
You didn't understand.
Right. So she was also heartbroken that I had essentially cheated on her with a male.
Whew. What a tangled web we weave.
So, yeah. So me and her ended up breaking up, obviously. I think we tried back talking again after I was completely done with him and stuff like that, and it just didn't work out. We had some differences, and I didn't like the way that she moved. We just learned more about each other that we were like,
just be friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I still love her? I still love her.
Right.
Like we've talked on the phone on speakerphone with her before. So, and would I hang out with her? Of course.
Yeah. I feel like you never really lose love for exes. Like it dies down, but you're always going to have some type of something. Yeah. Like it should never be enough for you to go back, But like, especially if you were in a relationship for years, there's going to be something there. Like
Right.
there's like, you are going to genuinely care about that person.
Because if you don't, then was it real?
Right. Exactly. 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 So,
we didn't talk about the aftermath with you.
There was
I
really,
guess we did kind of loosely.
Excuse me. There was really no. I was in a relationship. I was out of a relationship. I was back in, and I was out, and now I'm in. I mean, that's really my. I didn't have any. I've never been pregnant. I've never. I mean, there was really no aftermath. I guess maybe the only emotional aftermath is just separating lives, getting used to that person not being there. Even though like you jump out of a relationship, or for me, I jumped out of a relationship and jumped like back into a relationship. You know, it still takes time to like heal and to get that person out of your system. Like even when we first got together, it was like, yes, I'm super interested in you. Like we had been friends for a long time. Like, let's do this. But still there was like, okay, I got to get this person out of my system. You know? And it takes time. And I'm like 99% of the way there. And I feel like in another couple months, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm totally cool. You know what I'm saying? And when I say it's 99% of the way there, it's just often like, okay, you know, I hope she's okay, even though, you know our past. That's just me. That's just how my heart is. Like, I want people to be well. This face. I want people to be well. I want people to be happy, like no matter what the situation, because that's just my heart. That's just how I am.
The thing is, I don't have any ill will for her either, but I know what she's done to you, and that pisses me off.
Yeah, I get that. And that's because you love me, and that's because you care, right? And I love me, and I care too.
But it's not even the stuff that happened in your relationship that like what pissed me off, because I wasn't there. Like, I feel bad for you. I'm glad you're out of that situation and in a better situation now. But I'm talking about the things that she's done while we've been dating.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, that's true. And even still, that's just me. Like, I have a super forgiving heart.
I was about to say, you have too good of a heart. Too good.
I just have a super forgiving heart, and I understand some of the dynamics of what was going on and what was happening. And, you know, those dynamics played a big role in who she was at the end. And I'm gonna just leave it like that. That was the aftermath. Okay. So that was it. I guess the last question is like, what did you learn from this cheating experience, and what did you learn? And coming into this relationship, how do you approach things differently? So like, for example, this would never happen, but if we ever got in a situation where I wasn't giving you what you needed, right? And you kind of felt like, man, I need to step out and do some things. Like, how do you handle that?
Well, we've already had the conversation about if there was anything that I needed, all we had to do was a conversation that just needed to be had.
Facts.
And so I feel like I would pretty much be comfortable with being open with you about if there was anything that I needed. And if there was a solution that fixed that, if there was a solution that fixed that worked for the both of us, then it would be handled.
Right.
I don't think that there would be a huge issue for us in that department because we started this communication early. Like, it's already known.
Right. Okay.
What was the other question?
That's fair. The other question was, what did you learn from both your experiences, being cheated on and being the cheatee and the cheater?
I guess not to settle, because I did end up going back after I knew he cheated on me, like thinking like, I love this man. Like, I'm gonna, like, the baby can be my stepdaughter. Like, you know, we can work it out. Okay. I'll be okay.
Sounds
and
like
I settled. Yeah. Fear of what?
Fear of like losing that to which is familiar to you, right?
True. Because I wanted the entire life. Yeah. At 25. Like, I had a very skewed, like, idea. Hold on. Come here.
Y'all, the trials and tribulations of having a dog that's an attention whore.
I had a very skewed idea of what my life was supposed to be like,
right?
Relationship wise, career wise, and everything. And so I wanted to be married and have my dream job with my kids and the white picket fence at 25. So the idea of not being able to achieve that by 25 because my relationship is falling apart, I've been cheated on, it was scary because I didn't think that I would have another chance at that.
Right.
And I felt like that was gonna be it.
You know, it's crazy that you, as beautiful as you are inside and outside, didn't think you would have another chance at that at 25. What was the rush? Crickets.
What was the rush?
Yeah,
I had a timeline in my head.
And you just wanted to adhere to that.
I wanted to adhere to that timeline because I felt like if I didn't meet the goals within my timeline, that I was failing.
Oh wow. That's back to that gymnast perfection
yes,
thing.
It is.
Got it.
It is. I thought I was failing at life. And a few people had to tell me, like, no, you're on the right track. There's plenty of fish in the sea, and boy was there.
Period. For you, men and women.
The pool was the sea was very very big. But yeah, that's what I thought at the time. I was very naive. And so that's why I settled. So that's one of the things that I've learned is not to settle. Work on my communication.
Yeah.
So, because I was lacking in that relationship as to why he felt like it was okay to do what he did.
Yeah.
So even though I was starting, like from that moment on, starting to work on my communication, it was never perfect.
Right.
Until it's not even now. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's very, very good.
I think that it'll never be perfect, but I think if we both continue to work on it, then it's as near as perfect as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
So, I think the biggest thing I took away from previous relationships, like in my muddied waters of cheating, if it was cheating or not, is to ask a bunch of questions on the front end, which I did.
You did. You asked me hella questions.
Yeah, because I think by that time I had been in enough relationships to know what I wanted, what I didn't want, and what was a deal breaker.
I like that you did ask me those questions because it forced me to think about those things too. Right. And then I was like, damn, like this is gonna be serious about this.
Yeah. For sure.
It was almost like the reason why I chose to date older men is because the maturity levels there, like they were ready.
Yeah.
But I felt that in you. Like you knew what questions to ask. You knew what your criteria was and how you wanted to do things moving forward into possibly a new relationship. And that's what like intrigued me a lot about you. Like,
yeah. I don't know. Anything else? I'm getting a little hungry. 8 o'clock.
Where were we at?
That's basically it. I just had written down like some takeaways, like, to help people through cheating. Cheating is a support system is big. Like having a support system, somebody that you can talk to, a friend that you can talk to that is indifferent.
Right. I was just about to say, because everybody has those homegirls that's like, oh, he cheated. Fuck that. And that's not what we're talking about. That's not the counseling that we're
No, we don't want that kind of counseling. We definitely want somebody that is indifferent, that can hear you out, and that
give you perspective from both ends.
As much as they can from the other person's side. So I think that's a big one. Don't go to your gas up friend. Don't go to that friend. Go to the friend that like has a level head on their shoulders and will kind of challenge you and like, ask you questions like, what's going on? What happened? Why do you think that? Should you do this or that to them? Like, you don't want that friend that want to ride out and beat them up.
True. Also, I would say go to a friend that's in a relationship. I think a healthy relationship. Yeah, a healthy relationship. Yeah. I think the perspective of a person that's in a healthy relationship obviously is going to be vastly different from one of your single homegirls or homeboys.
Absolutely. The other thing I had written down is if you make a conscious decision to stay, like set some ground rules. Like, hey, I did it. I got cheated on in my last relationship, and I made a conscious decision to stay.
We didn't even talk about that.
We didn't, but
it's not fair.
The long and the short of it is, we weren't having sex. She was bi as well. We weren't having sex. She needed sex. She went and got it. Came back months later and told me, and I was like, okay, I understand, because we're not having sex, and here we are. That's really all you need to know about that. That's really all you need to know.
Boo.
But if you make a conscious decision to stay, definitely set some ground rules. Make sure that you are not bringing it up like in every other conversation. Like, if you're gonna stay, you gotta forgive that person, acknowledge it.
I was about to say, don't forget, keep that shit in the back of your head.
Absolutely, don't forget it, but forgive them. And you might want to seek some counseling, right? And just like move
together.
Yes, and move forward, and make sure that y'all are like open. Like, I mean, you don't have to share your phone password, although we do, but that's just where we are. But you definitely got to have like unlimited and open communication.
Yeah, the trust has to be built up from the ground up again.
Yeah, for sure. So that's all I got, girl.
All right, girl.
That's all.
Until next time.
All right, y'all. Y'all be good.
Bye.
Peace.